Welcome to Echoes of Fate, where every choice casts a shadow and every fate leaves an echo. Tonight's tale is of blood, betrayal, and the truths that cannot stay buried. It is called The Forgotten Brother. The rain lashed against the windows of the Grand family estate, wind moaning through the cracks in the old stone walls. The air was heavy with dust, candle smoke, and expectation. Michael sat stiffly in one of the carved oak chairs, his hands clenched tightly in his lap. He was the dependable one, the one who had remained close to the family through thick and thin. And tonight, the lawyer's arrival meant that years of waiting were about to end. The rest of the family gathered in silence, faces pale in the flickering candlelight. The inheritance would finally be read. The lawyer, an aging man with hollow eyes, cleared his throat as the storm roared outside. He opened the envelope slowly, deliberately. His voice trembled slightly as he began, "The estate of your late parents shall pass." A pause, a silence so deep that even the thunder outside seemed to wait. Not to one, but to two heirs. Gasps filled the room. Michael's stomach turned to stone. Two. The lawyer's voice grew heavier. Years ago, a child was cast out. A son left behind. His name, Daniel. The name hung in the air like a ghost returned to life. Michael's heart pounded. He remembered whispers, stories half told late at night when his parents thought he was asleep. A shadow of a brother, forgotten, abandoned. He had convinced himself it was only rumor, but the truth had a way of clawing itself back into the light. That very night, as the storm raged on, the great iron doors of the estate groaned open, and there he was, Daniel, older than Michael had imagined, rugged, worn, his eyes sharp with resentment and sorrow. His coat was soaked through, but he stood tall, as though daring anyone to deny him his place. "I've come," he said simply, his voice raw, "for what is mine." The room erupted. Accusations, whispers of shame, half-forgotten sins rising like ghosts from the floorboards. Michael felt the weight of every word. His family turned to him, searching his face for leadership, for judgment. But it was Daniel's gaze that burned the deepest. "All these years," Daniel said, stepping closer, "you lived here, while I was cast into the world with nothing. Do you think ink on a paper makes you more of a son than I?" Michael's throat was dry. The storm rattled the windows. Later, in the quiet of the library, Eleanor, their cousin, ever watchful, came to Michael's side. Her voice was low, trembling. "Michael, I knew Daniel was real. I begged them not to hide it. But your parents, they made their choice." Her confession was a blade twisting in his chest. His parents' will was clear, but so was their cruelty. Michael walked the halls of the estate alone, candlelight flickering against portraits of his ancestors. Every face seemed to watch him, judge him. On one side, the law. On the other, blood. If he accepted Daniel, he would divide the inheritance, the estate, the legacy. But perhaps he would heal a wound left festering for decades. If he rejected him, the storm would take Daniel back into the night, bitter and broken. The law would protect Michael, but would his soul ever rest? He paused in the great hall, the sound of rain echoing like a drumbeat of fate. The family waited in silence. The lawyer held out the pen. Daniel's eyes locked with his own. Michael's hand hovered. And so, candlelight flickering, the will resting heavy on the desk, Michael stood at the crossroads of law and blood. Should he sign or should he share? One path would honor paper, the other would honor blood. Tell me, traveler, if the choice had been yours, what would you have done? Our fire burns low and the night grows still. Thank you for listening. Return soon, for the next echo of fate awaits. Fate whispers, did you hear it? If you like our stories and crave some more, subscribe and ring the bell. I promise you'll be the first to be notified of our new tale.